Hello everyone, and welcome to this tarot reading, which is all about starting your own business. The spread that I'm using was devised by Biddy Tarot, who I will link to in the description section. So this is a pick a card reading. I will ask you to look at the 5 decks that I have laid out here and the crystals that I've added to them if that helps you make your decision. Then you can find the one that you're most drawn to and use the timestamps in the description section to access your reading. So on the far left, we have the good old Waite tarot deck. This is our classic tarot deck. I've paired that with a piece of Lapis Lazuli, if that is something that's calling out to you. There we are. Next to it, we have a pack of playing cards, so 52 playing cards, and I have paired that with a piece of green Aventurine. Here we go. In the middle, we have the Marseilles tarot deck. This is a French language tarot deck, which is illustrated in the 3 primary colors. And I have paired that with a piece of amethyst in the shape of a heart. Here we are. Then group number 4, we have the Secrets of the Tarot. This is like a mosaic kind of imagery. It's a little bit grainy. It's very similar to the Waite tarot deck. And we've paired that with a little bit of clear quartz. Oh, having trouble focusing. Here we go, piece of clear quartz. And then lastly, to the far right, we have the Prisma Visions Tarot deck. This is a very calming, very meditative deck. And we paired that with a piece of yellow Aventurine. No, excuse me, a piece of yellow Citrine. This is yellow Citrine. Alrighty, so pause the video if you need to find your deck. And when you're ready, use the description section to jump ahead. Welcome back, group number 1 with the piece of Lapis Lazuli. I'm now going to pull 13 cards, so I'll just pull these and then I will arrange them to make it a little bit nice and neat. All right, one moment, let me tidy this up for you. Firstly, let's look at what is your starting point. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. Let me show that to you. So 8 of Pentacles is a card of apprenticeship or studying. It can be about practical or physical labor. So I would say this is something that you are already working towards. So whether that is that you have just begun your formal studies, whether it is that you do an apprenticeship. I'm seeing some people work in, not really retail. I'm seeing some of you work in hospitality, I'm seeing, and it's just, you labor there at the moment, you just work there. But I'm seeing that some of you are thinking, I like this. Could I actually do this as a job? Could I actually have my own restaurant one day? So that is the starting point for you, group number 1. It's an area that you already have some familiarity with. You are already either working or studying in that area, and you're just beginning to wonder, could I actually do this for myself full time? Let's see. So card number 2, what do I want my business to look like? Let's have a look. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so sorry, I've got to get this to focus. Queen of Cups. Okay, so Queen of Cups is a lady who is very supportive, very considerate of other people, very encouraging. I think she's a lady who has been through some various experiences in her life, and so that has made her very sympathetic towards other people. So I think if you do want your own business, the main thing that you're focusing on is your management style. I think it's very important to you to be really supportive of your employees. I think where you are currently working or studying, you have a really good team, you have really good managers, you see what a lovely working environment it is. And for you, I think having that similar managerial style is just as important as what exactly it is that your job does, or what exactly, which industry exactly you operate in. Okay, moving to card number 3. How do you want your business to fit in with your life? Okay, the Empress. So lots of powerful, accomplished, successful women. The Empress is about 3 and expansion, but the Empress is a very comfortable lady. This can be a card about luxury, about being pampered. Sometimes she can indicate pregnancy. So, and also we've got 2 very strong female energies here. So in terms of how do you want the business to fit into your life, I think very much work-life balance. I think very much if people need time off to care for children, I think that's something that you definitely want to provide to others, but something that you want to have for yourself. So for some people, I'm seeing you want to have children and you want this business to be flexible enough to fit around those caring responsibilities. I'm also seeing maybe for some of you it's like a daycare. I'm seeing specifically something to do with working parents and really providing a service for a particular industry, and saying we especially provide daycare for people that work in this particular industry, so that they can do their job and we will take care of your kids and have a safe, loving environment for them. Yes, but I see that you want this job to fit naturally into your life. I don't see you sacrificing everything to get this job off the ground. So I feel that with our first card here, in terms of when should you start your business, which is something we'll get to later, I feel also it needs to be at a time when you could comfortably pursue this job. It's not a case of I want to start my own business at all costs. And if that means I need to, get up at 5 every single morning, or if that means I need to put all my money in the business and I just live off, bread and butter, I don't see you doing something like that. You want this business to fit really naturally and comfortably into your life, not something very difficult. Okay, moving on. Card number 4. How can you align your new business with your soul purpose? So soul purpose, one second. Interesting. So this is the Fool reversed, and I don't usually have my cards reversed. So if this has happened, I'd say it's happened for a reason. So in terms of your life purpose, that can be your North Node if you are into astrology. So the North Node is like your destiny, or what you were put on this earth to accomplish. So in terms of how to align your business with your soul purpose, I suppose for everyone, they should also look at their North and South nodes and see what lessons they were supposed to learn from the past, that being your South node, and then your North node being what you meant to accomplish in this life. So one of the sayings that is usually, that accompanies the Fool usually is, look before you leap. So I'm getting something about not repeating past mistakes, whether that is you started a business before and it didn't work, or someone in your family started a business before and it didn't work. Learn what lessons you have to learn from that card. Also, depending on what your beliefs are, but if you believe in karma or past life regression, again, if you believe in astrology, look into your South node, look at, again, if this is something you believe, what you may have done in a past life and what lessons you have to learn from that, and don't make the same mistakes in the past that you have made before. The other message that I'm getting is, we're just going back to the first card here. If you are studying or if you are undertaking an apprenticeship, if you've made just a silly little mistake, I'm not seeing it to be anything big, but if there's something where you're like, oh, whoops, I did that, or I forgot to do that, learn that lesson. I feel that like little thing that is inconsequential at the moment in class, it would be very detrimental if you don't learn your lesson and if you keep mistaking that. So if it's something like, I don't know, let's say you keep like forgetting to lock the door, for instance. Okay, nothing bad has happened this time, but if you do go on to start your business and you still haven't learned to lock the door, then that could be a really big consequence for you. Alrighty, moving on to card number 5, which is, how will you know when it is the right time to start your business? Death. Okay, so don't panic. Death very rarely means actual physical death. It's usually just the end of something, like the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So I would say it is the end of something. So again, if you maybe are undertaking an apprenticeship or some studying, maybe when that ends, maybe there will come a time if you, let's say you are under contract and your contract runs out, or the business you work for is shutting down, there'll be a natural ending in your life and you'll feel, well, this is the time. There's a natural gap here. And I think that ties in also with the Empress. You want this job to fit in naturally with your life. You want it to be comfortable. You don't want to be bending over backwards to get this business on, up and running. So I feel there will be a natural ending. I feel it's other responsibilities shifting. So for some people, again with the Empress, which can mean children, I feel for some people, maybe they have young children at the moment and they're waiting for their children to get a bit older, maybe start school, maybe move out of home. But for some people, there will be a natural shift in their existing responsibilities. And they'll say, okay, well, now I've got this extra time and energy. This is the perfect opportunity to start my business. All right, moving on. Card number 6. How can you personally prepare yourself for this journey? Let's see here. 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is a card of rest. And there's something telling me not yet. So 4 is also about the mind and ideas. It can be about physical rest. But there's something telling me don't worry, not yet. So perhaps if you're getting a little bit anxious or a little bit overwhelmed, if, again, going back to this first card, if you're thinking, yes, I want to start my own business, but how could I do that? I don't know how to do that. And you're looking at successful people and you think, oh, how do they get, all the way up there? Don't panic. It's usually a step-by-step process. You're not in that position just yet, so don't worry yourself, don't overwhelm yourself, and don't talk yourself out of it, is what I'm getting. So let's see, card number 7. What opportunities can you leverage in the first 12 months of your journey? Oh, the Star, very nice. So the Star is very much about being seen. So this lady here is naked. She's very much being seen, nothing to hide. I don't think it's meant to be interpreted literally. In this case, I'm thinking social media, definitely networking, being active on social media, posting, reposting, the drill, joining relative communities. I definitely see running in the right circles, so to speak. So definitely bring yourself to the attention of people who can help you. So whether that is someone who can mentor you, whether that is someone who can progress your current career, give you some more experience, maybe an internship. If you have a product, if you intend to make a product, definitely when you're ready to do that, be very visible about it, promote it, see if you can get some press coverage, maybe do some interviews about your products, maybe have an influencer show off your products. But yes, in the first 12 months, definitely any networking opportunity, any even going for drinks, even if someone wants to introduce you to someone, say yes. Anything that you can do to be seen and to start running in that circle of people that work in that industry, have those interests, have those connections, can open those doors for you and can make your dream come true. Because with the Star, so this lady has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. And that can be about taking things from your mind and turning your dreams into reality. So from your mind, making them practical and tangible. Then next, are there any challenges to overcome? Well, I don't think there'll be a smooth road for absolutely anyone. I'm sure everyone will have some challenges. So we have the Page of Pentacles. I think this is something about investment at the very beginning. For some people, it's raising the money. So for some people, it's like, well, I need supplies, for instance, to make my product or something like that. But for other people, I'm feeling it's something to do with rent. I feel that you need like office space or factory space, and you're thinking, well, how do I do that? Where do I find the space that I need? Then obviously, how much does it cost? Do I buy it? Do I lease it? I feel that will be your biggest stepping stone or biggest hurdle. But overall, this isn't a bad card. I feel this is just one of the natural steps in starting your own business. I don't see this as being something above and beyond. I don't see it as being something really horrible and detrimental. Let's get a little bit more information. Let's see now, how might you overcome this challenge? King of Pentacles. Okay. So the King of Pentacles has lots of pentacles. So this, if it is a person, it is, let's say, someone who is retired, someone you're at the end of their career, or just like at the maybe just a little bit past the height of their career, but they're very comfortable, very established. They've got all the money in the bank. They've got the lovely house, yada, yada. And then next door to that, we have the Page of Pentacles, who's a younger person who just has one pentacle. So I think tying in with the Star, in terms of how to overcome obstacles, hopefully if you have done your networking, leverage those connections and ask someone who has been there before, hey, when you started your factory, for instance, how did you do that? Or when you had to, fill out this form, how did you do that? How did you submit that? Or if they have the resources, again, maybe it's money, maybe it's machinery or equipment, they can say, yes, I can, loan it to you, or I can, sell it to you at a discounted price. So yes, definitely make those industry connections, and you should be able to get over this obstacle pretty easily. Next, let's have a look at any blind spots. So what are your blind spots right now? Three of Cups. This is a very happy card. This is about celebrating things, maybe having a party. Sometimes it can indicate a meeting, like a business meeting. I would say, although previously with the Four of Swords, I did say, don't worry, don't scare yourself about this business. And with the Empress, I did say, wait until the time is right. This card, I think, is warning you, if you're perhaps like living a little bit too in the moment, if you're doing absolutely zero planning for this business, if you're maybe just socializing every spare moment, which I know can feel amazing, but if you do eventually want to have your own business, if you do want to be like the Empress, like the King of Pentacles, you do need to be doing a little bit of planning. So I think you could start just applying what you're learning over here. So in your work or in your apprenticeship, if there are things that you're learning about an industry, certain processes that you're learning, certain terminology that you're learning, again, if there's silly little mistakes that you're making, really pick up on those and try not to make those mistakes. And then also just maybe do a little bit of industry research. So who is influential in this area? Who's someone that you want to emulate? What's like a business group that has relevant interests? Just start to do a little bit of research, a little bit of reconnaissance about who could be useful for you when it is time for you to make that move. Just don't be living 100% of the moment and have no foresight. And then card 10 is what people or resources should I utilize? I feel we've touched on that a little bit, but let's expand. Knight of Swords. Okay, very nice. So the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving of all of the knights, and he's coming rushing in. So I think if there is someone who wants to help you, if you've told someone about your idea and you'll know who this person is, they'll be like, that's amazing, that's such a great idea, like, can I work with you, can I like co-found this company with you, let's do it. If there is someone who has shown a lot of enthusiasm, take them up on it and strike while the iron is hot, or whatever the expression is. Yes, definitely, anyone who shows interest, take them seriously. I don't feel that this person is insincere. So you know how some people sometimes they say like, oh yeah, like we should get together, or yeah, I should have you over for dinner sometime, and like they never follow up, it's all just talk. That is not this person. This person, when they're like, I love this idea, it's so great, I want to work for you, when can we do this? They mean it. Take them up on that. I think they're going to be a great asset. And because he's got a sword, and swords are about ideas, I really feel in terms of innovation, in terms of having bright ideas about how to do things faster, more efficiently, revolutionize things. I definitely think this person is a good asset to have on your team. Alrighty, so the next card, second last card, is what steps can you take to start your new business? So some practical steps here. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords. The 10s are a definite ending, a little bit melodramatic because you don't need all 10 of these swords to kill someone. You could have just used one. And then I see you also have the Death card. So I think definitely something has to end before you can start your new business. So again, if there's something that's taking up all your resources, again, let's use the child example. If you're like, well, I'm raising a child, that's a full-time job. Now is not the right time to start another full-time job. So you definitely need one thing to end. And again, going back to the Empress, when it is comfortable, when this job can fit into your life naturally, I don't think that it is right for you to try to overextend yourself and to do everything at once. So, but I mean, the question is, what steps can you take to start your new business? So I suppose if there is something that you can do to facilitate this ending, no, I don't feel that's quite right. I feel it's more be aware of the endings. Yes, so again, going back to the Three of Cups here, and a little bit over here to this, the first one, the Eight of Pentacles. Definitely be aware of what is going on around you and how it can fit into the bigger plan or the master plan of you having your own business. So, for instance, if let's say the company you're working for is shutting down, don't be like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go and look for a new job. Look at the bigger picture and be like, hey, I'm out of work now. I have no demands on my time. This would be the perfect time to put my time and effort into starting my new job. So really try to look at the bigger picture and look at how different events in your life connect and affect one another. And then lastly, overall, what might you experience if you start your new business? Okay, so this is the Six of Swords. Let's just focus. There we are. Six of Swords. So again, swords, I should say, are about the mind. Six is about stability. And we have this person traveling over choppy waters. So we see here down in the bottom right corner, we've got choppy waters, and then we've got clear waters throughout the rest of the card. And then we have the person who's operating the boat or the gondola who has a staff, which I interpret to be like the wands, and the wands are about having support. So I think it's on your mind about, should I start my business? Could I start my own business? I think you wonder a lot, what would your life be like if you had your own business? So don't die wondering, I think, is the point of this card. You definitely should do it. I think if you follow the advice, look at how things in your life connect. If you have any experience in this industry already, definitely learn from it. Don't make the same mistake twice. It's not quite the right time to start your business yet. There will be a natural ending. There will be a natural shift in your responsibilities. That will be the right time. Definitely network and be seen, promote your product or your business. If you do all of those things, I don't think there will be a lot of hardship in you starting this business and it being successful. And you won't always be wondering, what if? You will know. All right, group number 1, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. If that resonated with you, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Welcome, group number 2. You chose the playing cards and the green Aventurine. So I'm now going to choose 13 cards. I'll just draw them out now. I will then tidy up this spread, and we can do the reading. One moment. Welcome back. So firstly, let's see, what is the starting point? So we have the Jack of Diamonds. Similar to the previous reading, I feel that this is an industry that you're already working in. I do see it as an apprenticeship, some kind of physical labor. So again, I'm really getting like hospitality or retail. Could be a trade, could be something such as like plumbing, for instance. But this is an industry where you're already working in it and you're just starting to think, do I like this enough? Do I want to keep doing this? Could I maybe even start my own business in this industry? But it's just starting to cross your mind. Alrighty, so the next card is what do I want my business to look like? Let's see. Alrighty, so another Jack, this time the Jack of Hearts. So this is him over here. Yeah, so far very much like the previous reading. You want your business to focus on the atmosphere and the environment. So yes, you do like that particular industry or that particular type of work, but you really want a people-focused or a people-centric type of environment. You really want to treat people fairly. You make people feel valued, make them feel that they have some kind of stake in the company or that their say matters. Yeah, I really think you're interested in company culture. So I think while you enjoy the work, I think it would be especially important for you to have people say, I like working for this company. They're a fair employer. They have a great working environment. I feel that I'm treated respectfully. I feel that it is especially important to you to provide that kind of environment for your employees. Okay, so the next card, card number 3, is how do I want my business to fit in with my life? Queen of Diamonds. So this is where the monetary part or the financial part comes into it. You want to improve your life, and who doesn't? So I think definitely what is the purpose of this job, or how should it fit into your life? You want to improve your situation. I think definitely you want some stability. You definitely want to have some savings in the bank. That would definitely help you sleep better at night. And yeah, I just think you want the finer things in life. If you could have a bigger house, why not? For instance, I'm seeing, I don't think your current situation is bad, but if you could have a little bit more personal space, and if like me and like a lot of other people, you're a consumer, there's a few material items that you would want. So I definitely see this business as being a means to an end. And I do see that the Queen has the flowers in her hand, so I am seeing that as like a garden growing and blossoming. So yes, I do think that's a good sign that this business can be prosperous for you. Alrighty, so card number 4. How can I align my new business with my soul purpose? So the soul purpose potentially could also be, if you are into astrology, your North Node, which is supposed to be your reason for being put on this earth or your destiny in this lifetime. And you have the 3 of, is this called clubs? No, what's this called in English? Yes, clubs. I'm pretty sure this is 3 of clubs. If I'm wrong, I'll write it up on the screen. Sorry about this. All right, 3 of clubs. So 3 is about creativity and expansion. I think this is about you having the space to grow and not like someone putting a shell on you and having to fit into that shell. It's, you know how certain animals, like crabs, I think it is, they outgrow a shell, they find a larger, bigger one. Yes, I think you have a big personality. I think you have some great ideas. I think you are a very supportive person, and I think you can be supportive to a lot of people. And I think that is your life's purpose. I think to live a big life. I think to really like be the life of the party. I think a lot of people think very well of you. You put a lot of people in a good mood, and I think that is your life's calling. So I think that ties in with the Jack of Hearts previously, and yes, you're focused on the work, but you are also especially focused on the work environment. You want people to enjoy coming to work, and that's very important to you, that you create that really happy, positive, supportive work environment. Okay, so card number 5 is, how will I know when it is the right time to start my new business? So we have the King of Diamonds. I think that ties in with the Queen over here quite nicely. So King of Diamonds, I think as always, if you're starting a new business venture, we need some resources. We need some startup capital. Maybe you need a premises to work from. Maybe you need some materials if you're manufacturing a product. So it's pretty simple. It just comes down to numbers. So a little bit of research about if you're renting a premises, what would the deposit be like? If you need staff, who do you need to hire? About how much could you afford to pay, or how much is the going rate for that job? Again, if you need materials, where would you source them from? What price could you get them at? It's just a little bit of math. And once you've done the numbers and you're like, okay, I've got the savings, or I've got the startup capital, then you can do it. Pretty straightforward. Alrighty, so card number 6. How can I personally prepare myself for this journey? Ace of Diamonds. I think this is something like start saving, or like take your head out of the clouds and like turn your dreams into reality. So if you're thinking, oh, I need, $20,000 before I can start my business. If you're looking at the King of Diamonds over here, hypothetically, if you need $20,000 in startup capital, okay, start saving. What are you waiting for? Another thing is, if you look at someone who you admire and you think, oh, that person started their business empire, and you know how they did it. Like these people, they will talk about their journey, or they maybe have published a biography. So you know how they did it. So don't just like read that biography and be like, oh, wow, good for them. I want to be like them one day. All right, see if you can implement the things that they did. I think the aces are about starting something, new beginnings. And yeah, we've got a few diamonds coming up. So I think, yeah, definitely you've got to take that first step. Even if you put $1 in savings, congratulations, good for you. You're on the way. That's a little step in the right direction. So start. I think maybe even with qualifications, if there's certain certification that you need, okay, if you can do it, if that course is available to you, if you're old enough to attend that institution. I don't know how old my audience is, but go if that thing is available to you, and if that's a prerequisite for what you want to do, go and do it. Alrighty, so moving on. Card number 7 is, what opportunities can I leverage in the first 12 months of my journey? So we have the King of Spades. So he's got the swords. Swords can be about the mind. So this to me would suggest something like a mentor or some kind of studying, maybe like a father figure. But if there's someone who is, you know, older and wiser, like there is a reason that we've got that expression, older and wiser, or, you know, with age comes wisdom. So I'm feeling like a father figure, someone who maybe is always trying to give you advice, and usually you're like, yeah, whatever, like, what do you know? Like, stop talking at me. Yeah, back in your day, granddad. But I feel you might have a light bulb moment where you'll say, hey, actually, yeah, this person, you know, has been in my situation, or this person did work in my industry. So yeah, maybe I should stop writing them off. Maybe I should listen to them. I feel this is someone that is known to you. I feel, yeah, either like a father or an uncle, maybe like a teacher or a lecturer. I feel someone who you already know, and this information is secondary. So, for example, when I went to school, one of my teachers, he was, I think, a science teacher. But one day he was substituting for the PE teacher, and it turns out he was very good at volleyball. And so I commented, like, oh, wow, you know a lot about volleyball. And he's like, yeah, I used to be a like professional volleyball player. So it's someone like this in your life where you know them already, but they play one role in your life, and this other information that they can give you is something secondary, where it's like, okay, now you're a science teacher, but I am aware that in a previous life you were a volleyball player. So if I had questions about that, I know to ask you. I know you would really be a wealth of knowledge on that topic. So yeah, just think about especially like the male figures or the masculine figures, maybe like 40 to 45 years old. If you know anyone that looks like the gentleman here on the card, yeah, just think about what you know about them, what else they've done in their life. And I think you might find they have some knowledge or some connections that are relevant to what it is you're trying to do. Alrighty, so then next to that we have card number 8, which is what are the challenges, or are there any challenges to overcome? Let's see. We have the Queen of what I'm calling clubs. I really hope these are the clubs. So I feel this is a lady who is unsupportive. Interesting that she's contrasted with the Queen of Diamonds. I feel this is a woman, again, maybe a mother, or maybe a woman that is a bit older to you, someone a bit, not really, someone a bit stern, or someone a bit pessimistic. Not exactly cautious, just someone who, like, their glass is half empty. So if you're looking at this and saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I've got this great opportunity, they're like, I don't know if that would work. I think it's a bit of a sham. So I think any obstacles to overcome, unfortunately, I do think some people around you are unsupportive, but don't let them discourage you, because I'm seeing that both of the queens here, they have the flowers. So I do feel that this lady here, even if she is unsupportive, I feel you want to listen to her, because I feel partially she is influential to you. So like a mother figure, someone who their word matters. They're important to you. They have more life experience than you. And so you really do take it to heart, whatever they say. In this case, if this person tries to discourage you, I would say don't listen to them. I think we're already seeing the signs. If you look for this mentor person, if you start, saving or investing in any way that you can, I think you already have some industry knowledge or some work experience in the relevant area. I don't see why this business venture couldn't work. So please don't be discouraged by any naysayers. So yes, on that topic, the next card is, how might I overcome these challenges? 3 of Spades. Well, at least I definitely know these ones are called the Spades. So the spades, again, are about the mind and ideas, and 3 is about creativity and expansion. So I think definitely counteract this lady here by learning, researching, and getting the facts. So if this lady is saying, for instance, oh, I don't think you should go to that part of town, that's very dangerous, for instance. Okay, well, if you look up the crime statistics, and you might be pleasantly surprised, and you'll find actually that's a very safe part of town, so I'm not going to let this person's negativity, or maybe their assumptions, maybe their outdated information, I'm not going to let them sway me. And I do think if you present this person with the facts, if you say to them, well, actually, you know, this is... definitely look at credible sources. That's the other thing. So look at, you know, maybe like academic sources or government sources, industry publications. In this case, I think might be more relevant. I definitely think if you present this person with the facts and you say, hey, actually, your beliefs are not substantiated. Maybe that's how it was back in your day, but that's not how it is now. I feel this person will leave you alone. They might not like it, but I think once you present them with the facts, they're not going to have a strong argument. Okay, so moving on. What are my blind spots right now? So we have the 8 of clubs, and I feel that you're trying to juggle too many things at the moment. I feel you're a bit scatterbrained. So I don't feel this is being imposed on you. I think you've done this to yourself. You don't know what to prioritize. You don't know which direction to go in. Sometimes you might feel a bit exhausted because you're trying to run here, there, and everywhere, trying to juggle everything. I definitely think sit down, have a quiet moment, and really think about, what do I want to do with my life? What is important to me? You can have, you know, more than one objective, but definitely look at, you know, what are my priorities? What are quick, easy things I can just do right now and get them out of the way? What are more long-term goals? Break them down into smaller, achievable goals. And yeah, I think if this business venture is really important to you, definitely start prioritizing it, and start making a few steps in that direction. So as with the Ace of Diamonds over here, even if it's just doing a little bit of study in that area, even if it's putting a little bit of money away, if this is something that you want, don't leave it on the back burner. Definitely bring it forward and start doing whatever little thing you can to start moving in that direction. Okay, so to help you with that, what people or resources should I utilize? King of Clubs. So we've got a few senior faculty members showing up. So again, looking at people who are older and wiser than you, people who are more established. If there's some kind of club or some kind of association, and I definitely look at who like the leader is, like the CEO, the president of that club. If it does align with your business interests, I feel this person, definitely a king, so like a man or a masculine energy, definitely just approach them. I think they're a very approachable person. I think they're very supportive. All you have to do is ask. And yeah, just say, hey, look, I'm really interested in this. I'm really interested in, maybe starting a business. Do you have any advice for me? Or how did you get started? If you know they work in this industry, how did you get started? Is it necessary for me to study something in particular? Should I join any particular groups? Are there any particular networking events that I should go to? Yeah, just ask this person. I think they would be very happy to help you. All you have to do is ask. So that kind of leads into the next card, which is, what steps can I take to start this new business? 9 of Clubs. So I think this card is lining up with the cards previously. It's just asking you to take stock, take some inventory of what resources do you have available, who do you know, so especially like these king figures, who do you know that could help you, yeah, look at what do you need to start this business venture? Do you need money? Do you need certain qualifications? Is it really one of those like cliquey industries where you've really got to know the right people? Yeah, just like really start thinking about it practically as opposed to just, wishing or imagining, oh, one day it'd be really nice if I had this business. Really start looking at the practical steps that you would need to take to accomplish it. And then lastly, overall, what might I experience if I start this new business? So we have the 9 of spades. So we have these 2 9s to finish out the readings. 9s are about introspection or self-reflection. 9 can be associated with sleepless nights or worries. So I think I don't think it's anything like unusual or above and beyond what any business owner has to experience. But yes, if you start this business, I think, especially in the beginning, you've got to be a jack of all trades. So you've got to learn the laws around this kind of industry, HR, taxation, being customer facing, logistics. So I think there's just going to be a lot on your mind. I don't see it as anything really like overwhelming. But yeah, if you're running a business, as one of my old managers used to say, that it's like having many spinning plates, and as soon as you fix one plate that was starting to wobble, suddenly another plate starts to wobble. And that's apparently what it's like to own your own business. Alrighty, so I hope that was useful for you. I do wish you all the best. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Thank you very much for stopping by, and maybe I will see you next time. Welcome group number 3 with the Tarot Marseilles and the piece of Amethyst. So I'm going to draw 13 cards. I'm just going to draw them first, and then I will tidy this up and we will do your reading. Okay, you've actually got 14 cards. Alrighty, I will just tidy this up and I will be right back. Well, this is a full house. Look at all these cards. I can barely get them to fit on screen. Alrighty, so let's start with card number 1, and that is, what is my starting point? Alrighty, so we have the 3 of Cups. So this is about celebrating, having a good time. So I'm feeling, I feel that you were maybe like, out for like dinner or drinks, maybe at a like party, Christmas party or something like that. And the conversation kind of turned to like, hey, why don't we start our own business? And I see that there are 3 of you, so maybe even it was 3 of you, 3 potential co-founders that have said, hey, I think we can do this. Why don't we? So that is the energy for you wanting to start your business. Let's see, next to that, card number 2, what do I want my business to look like? Okay, so this is the 5 of coins. So you want your business, obviously, to be very successful financially. Very good. That is essentially the point of all businesses. So I think that's part of what made you happy. I feel there was some conversation about we want this money. Well, why don't we start our own business to get that done? Now, I do see in both of these cards you have the plants weaving in and out. To me, that is something about connection and support. So I feel that the crux of this business is it's humans. It's like human connection. So it's like the way that we're going to get this business done is like, I know someone who knows someone, or I know someone who has that skill, or you know someone, you're going to ask someone, and between all of us, we will be able to handle it. Between all of us, we will have all the skills that we need. So I do feel this is like it's working with family or working with like close friends, close associates. I think it's definitely about enjoying the company that you keep, the people that you love. I just feel a word of caution creeping in. Just sometimes there can be some trouble working with friends or family, because there can be that conflict of like, hey, I'm trying to speak to you, you know, like your boss right now, like your manager, and that person is like, well, you know, I'm your father or I'm your sister, don't speak to me like that. So just a word of warning. I feel a little bit of like, yes, you can leverage these close connections, but also potentially there could be some conflict if you have these dual relationships. Okay, so next to that, question number 3, how do I want my business to fit in with my life? The Hermit. So the Hermit, number 9 is about introspection, maybe being alone, and it kind of contrasts with over here. I was talking about you know, support and happiness and optimism, whereas the Hermit is by himself. And I do feel there is some sadness around this card. So how do you want your business to fit into your life? Again, well, over here we're talking about you know, celebrating and working with family. I do feel that in the past you have known hardship, you have known fear, scarcity. I do feel maybe you have lost your job previously, and then you didn't know how will you put food on the table, how will you put a roof over your head, or I'm feeling something about you had to move house. I'm feeling it was like not ideal circumstances and you had to move house, and there was this uncertainty of, you know, what's going to happen to me. So I do feel that having your own business is about not being in this situation again and really having that security and that stability that no one can take this from you. This is your job. Nobody is going to fire you from here. Nobody is going to make you leave. Nobody's going to take your resources. So I feel you want this job, this business that you would start for yourself. You want it to provide you with that comfort and that security. So card number 4, how can I align my new business with my soul purpose? So soul purpose, if you are into astrology, that can also be your North Node. The North Node is what you were put on this earth to achieve. So let's see, card number 4. The Fool. I think someone else had this in this position as well. The Fool is about new beginnings. I think the expression with the Fool is look before you leap. So it's just a word of caution. I think if there's something that you want to do, I feel, again with the Hermit, I'm feeling some kind of restriction. I feel someone in the past was a bit abusive towards you and maybe said, you can't do that, like you're not smart enough, or like that's not for you. I think good that you've got this person or those circumstances out of your life. And definitely this is a calmer opportunity. And definitely do what you want to do. Explore, see what the limits are for yourself, see what you're comfortable with. Don't let anyone use like their negativity or their abuse to limit you. Yes, definitely live your life. If you want to do something, definitely, I think you're so courageous already to have left the situation, and yeah, reach for your goals, definitely. So moving on to card number 5, which is, how will I know when it is the right time to start my business? And we have the Devil in reverse, and I usually keep my cards upright. So if one of them has come out in reverse, that means for you it is meant to be in reverse. So the Devil usually is about self-inflicted purgatory. So, for example, let's say that it's excesses. It can be excesses. It's a situation that you don't want to be in, but you have to acknowledge you've put yourself there. So whether it is bad habits, whether it's like having a bad diet, for instance, whether it's, being undisciplined, maybe it's not spending your money wisely. Yes, it's not a good situation, but you have to accept that it was you that put you in that situation. So I'm feeling definitely a little bit of overlap with the Hermit and the Fool. I feel like there's a little bit of sadness around the Hermit, but turning your back on that situation. Also, these are 3 trump cards, so I feel these are not minor things. These are the trump cards, or the major arcana. They're big life happenings. Now, with the devil being in reverse, sorry, I don't think I made this clear. The right way up, the devil is about self-inflicted purgatory, but because you have the devil upside down, I would say this is a state of purgatory or a bad situation, but someone else, either a person or just circumstances, have been inflicted upon you. I don't feel it's something that you have done to yourself. So again, I do feel it was some kind of unstable home situation. I'm feeling there was an older man. I'm not really seeing this as a husband. I'm seeing maybe like a brother or like an uncle. I feel someone was very disparaging of you, definitely saying like, no, this isn't for you. You're not good enough. Like, don't even think about it. You could never achieve that. This was inflicted upon you. I'm not saying this is your fault. I feel, unfortunately, this was the circumstance that was inflicted upon you. I feel this person just was really mean to you, really unkind. I think good for you for getting out of that situation. And certainly you will know when this person's influence is completely out of your life, when you have moved away from them, when you have cut off contact with them, when you're happy, when you're smiling, when you've got your confidence back. You're definitely going to know you're going to be in the right place mentally and emotionally. You'll feel like, yeah, now I can do it. So I think that ties in with this first card here, the 3 of Cups. Definitely when you're happy, when you're smiling, when you've got this new support network of people who support you, who want the same things that you want, who believe that you can do it. Definitely a 180-degree change in your circumstances. You're going to know that's the right time to start your business. So then card number 6 is, how can I personally prepare myself for this journey? Alrighty, so this is the 7 of Swords. This card, usually it's about deceit. It's about someone being sneaky. But in this instance, I think it's more just start making your preparations quietly. So I think if you're like, okay, yeah, I am ready to start my own business. I think just keep it to yourself, or just speak to a few people who you trust. So maybe again, these other like 2 or 3 people who you had this idea with. You guys just quietly, privately, you start talking about it. You don't need everyone's opinion. You certainly don't need anyone, laughing at you or discouraging you because they don't dream as big as you did. Like, please don't let those people into your life. Don't let them. Just because they can't dream as big as you, that doesn't mean that your idea is a bad idea. So just don't even waste your time with people like that. And the other thing is, not everyone wants good things for you. And this isn't aimed at you personally. This is just a human thing. Some people are jealous. Some people, because they don't have it, they don't want anyone else to have it. So I just feel it would be in your best interest. Don't share, hey, I've had this great idea. I'm going to do better for myself. I'm going to earn lots of money. I'm going to have a successful business. Because you think everyone will be like, oh, wow, congratulations, I support you. And actually, no, some people are jealous and some people may actively wish for your downfall. So just keep it quiet. Just keep it to like this close inner circle for the moment. Then next, card number 7 is, what opportunities can I leverage in the first 12 months of my journey? Oh, we have Justice. Very nice. So to tie this in, and again, Justice is one of the major arcana, so it's a big card. I feel that if something is owed to you, so from this past situation, I feel there is someone who knows that you had this like unjust, abusive relationship before, and they feel bad about it. Maybe they feel a little bit guilty, but they didn't do anything at the time. So if that sounds like someone you know, I feel you could approach them, and I feel if they want to redeem themselves, if they want to do what's right, I feel they owe you a favor. I feel there's something to do with registration. Like, I'm really getting, it is a Justice card, so it is like the courthouse. It's something about like they need to register something for you, and it's like Normally you have to pay like a registration fee, and you're like, no, after all the, crap that I've been through and you did nothing to help me, you owe me this, you're going to register this thing for free. I know that's very specific, but that's what I'm getting. And I do feel that this person feels bad, and they do feel they owe you something. So I think they would absolutely agree that they owe you that. I don't have any more insight, but I feel there's someone out there that will resonate with. I feel that's very specific to one person. Alrighty, so card number 8. Are there any challenges to overcome? Alrighty, so we have the Page of Coins over here. I feel that you're lacking a little bit of self-confidence when it comes to money. So partially I feel it is that you haven't had a lot of money before. And then the other half is, unfortunately, I don't think you've had people supporting you or encouraging you in general. So I feel like the way this person here is scrutinizing the coin, I feel they're saying like, I don't know, can I be trusted with this? Can I do a good job with this? Will I invest this wisely? So I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think it's just internally your self-confidence. So even if there's like a free financial course that you want to take online, there's lots of introductory courses on YouTube or on LinkedIn. I feel if you were to do that, it would be more just to build up your own confidence and to reassure yourself that you can do math. You're absolutely clever enough to do math. You absolutely can be trusted with money, and you can make good decisions. If you were to take these courses, I feel it's not that you actually need to learn the financial knowledge. I feel it is just more to build up your self-confidence. And yes, whoever you are, I want you to know you absolutely are clever and accomplished enough and determined enough that you absolutely can get this business up and running successfully. So the card next to it actually ties into it. It is asking, how might I overcome these challenges? Okay, and we have the Tower. So the Tower, it can be either about a sudden change, or it can be about like a bright idea, like, in like cartoons when someone has an idea and they have like a light bulb moment and like literally a light bulb lights up over their head. It's that kind of thing. So I think it's just changing your perception of yourself. I think it's not a physical change. It's like the other card. So maybe, again, if you want to take some financial literacy courses for your self-esteem, but it might also help if you do something more explicit. Maybe if you have like negative self-talk, like explicitly do something to change that. Really celebrate any little accomplishment that you do. If you're used to like looking in the mirror and saying bad things to yourself, for every bad thing that you say, you catch yourself and try to substitute it for a good thing about yourself. And I do feel if you start doing that, I think very quickly and very suddenly you're going to have a change of mind. So you can see we've got the lightning, which looks like fire in this card. And you can see everyone is being thrown out of the Tower. So I think very quickly, very suddenly, you're going to realize, I am a great business person. I am very accomplished. Damn right, I love myself. Damn right, I can do this. I think, just pay a little bit of attention to your self-confidence and your self-talk. And I think very quickly, you're going to change the way that you think and speak about yourself. So a little bit of a change of topic now. What are your blind spots currently? 5 of Pentacles. So the 5s are about volatility, but they're about just temporary volatility. These cards, this one I should say, is a minor arcana, so it's a smaller thing or to a lesser degree. I think maybe based on like your previous circumstances up here with the Hermit, I think maybe you're used to some volatility or some instability. You're used to having some problems, and for you that kind of is your baseline. So I think especially with financial security or your living circumstances being threatened, I think you're used to having a bit of turmoil and uncertainty there. So I think these cards are saying sort of reassess or have a different awareness of your surroundings. Remember, you got out of the situation. You've got more supportive people around you now. Definitely the way that it was before. Don't let it go back to that. And I'm not saying that it will, but yeah, if there's anyone kind of like trying to muscle in on your home, trying to like start fights or trying to change things around in your home, don't let them do that. Just put your foot down and be like, hey, no, I like my house the way it is. I like it being stable. I like it being safe. I choose who comes onto my property. Or you're under my roof now. You don't speak to me like that under my roof. Yeah, don't let these old habits creep back into your life. One, that's not how it should be. Everyone should have a stable, loving, safe home to come home to. Firstly, and secondly, this is your home now and you're an adult now. You can make the rules. So don't let anyone come in and disrespect you under your own roof. That's absolutely not acceptable. So yeah, just be aware of that. Don't let anyone treat you like that. And then also to tie that back to the business, don't let it distract you, because if someone is coming into your house bringing arguments, bringing chaos, that will sap your energy and distract your attention from your business ventures. So don't let anyone come in and do that in your space. Alrighty, so card number 10 is, what people or resources should I utilize? 4 of coins. I feel this is something traditional like a bank. So obviously don't run into anything, but definitely I think you could sit down with someone at your local bank and say, look, I'm looking to start a savings account, or I'm considering starting a business. Can you point me in the right direction? What financial products do you have? Do you recommend one over the other? Some banks maybe even do have some online training material or information material. You don't need to commit to anything. I'm not saying you have to like open a certain account or sign a contract. I'm not saying you have to do anything like that. But yes, if you approach a financial institution, finances are their business. So they can at least do the groundwork for you, at least give you some introductory information about finances. Again, you do not have to commit to anything right now, but it's at least a good starting point to get some of the information that you need. Then next, what steps can I take to start this new business? Now, normally this should be a 13 card reading, but for you, I've ended up pulling 14 cards. I feel you need them. So the next 2 cards should be, what steps can I take to start my new business? And then the last one would be, overall, what might I experience if I start this new business? But I'm just feeling that these 3 cards are just meant to be read together. So let me see here. So I feel there are a few different iterations of this business. So we've got the 7 of coins, then the Ace of coins, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So I think the 7s can be a lot about choice. I think definitely in terms of starting your business, you maybe have had a broad idea, and then it's like, okay, but what does that actually look like? Are we going to start selling, one product? Are we going to start selling, 50 products at once? Are we going to be physical stores? Are we going to be online stores? Are we going to be both? I feel there's a lot of, as with any new idea, you've got a general idea or an abstract concept, and then you're trying to boil it down. I think in the end, because we've got the Ace, I think we're just going to come back to, okay, what is the one core thing that we can do? Like, let's do like one product, or let's offer one service, but let's do that really simply and solidly. Let's start with that. Sometimes less is more. And I think if you do that, really, you can change your life. So the Wheel of Fortune, it can be about travel. It can be about expanding new horizons. But I really see it as just a completely different lifestyle. So I think, like here with the 10 of coins, completely different lifestyle. And I see you've got like quite a few coins going on. So yeah, in terms of, what steps can you take to start your business, and overall, what might you experience? Definitely start brainstorming. I think you and the small little team, just keep it quiet. Yes, start brainstorming about the details of what your offering will be. I think it's part of the process that your idea will expand and go in different directions, but it will come to the point where you're like, wait, this is too complicated. We're going all over the place. Let's just go back to basics. What's the one thing that we know how to do and we can do it well? We've got the capacity to do it well. Just start with that, and I think it will just be the beginning of a whole new business empire and a completely different life than what you have right now. And I really do see you getting this 10 of coins. So yes, I want this for you. I wish you all the best. Yes, please let me know if this reading resonated with you. And yes, once again, I wish you all the best. I have a good feeling about this reading. Thank you very much, group number 3. Welcome, group number 4, with the piece of clear quartz. So I'm now going to pull out 13 different cards. I will then tidy this up so it looks a little bit nicer, and we will then do your reading. Alrighty, so let's start with card number 1, and that is going to tell us what is my starting point. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords. So 5 can be about loss. This card can be about having to accept defeat and giving up. Let's see, down here it says losses. All is not lost, as you still have 3 swords remaining, giving you the upper hand. So I think perhaps there's some disappointment. So maybe you already have a job, but it's not going as you planned. Or maybe indeed a job has come to an end. Maybe you have a career, but you've changed your mind. It's not what you thought it would be. I think it's time to pivot. I don't think you have to give up altogether, but I do think you're maybe considering pivoting. And indeed, you do still have 3 swords in your hand. So I think this is about still using the same idea, but applying it differently. So for example, if you were a teacher before, maybe teaching that subject to a whole class is not the way, but maybe doing one-to-one tutoring, maybe that is the way to go. So it's something like that, where the initial idea is still good, but just the way that you were trying to apply it or implement it, that's what needs to change, and that's where your new business idea is going to come from. We'll move on to card number 2, but before we do that, let me just bring your piece of clear quartz into the picture. There we go. Alrighty, so card number 2 is what do I want my business to look like? So we have the 10 of Pentacles. A few of these readings are quite similar. So 10 of Pentacles sometimes is called the retirement card. So you can see we've got a happy scenario here. We've got this older gentleman, his family, family pets in the picture. And down at the bottom it says money contentment, singing of money agreement. What on earth? Singing of money agreement. I swear to God I speak English fluently. This is not a phrase I'm familiar with. Singing of money agreement, signing of money agreement. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down and quit while I'm behind. But anyway, the tens are about completion, and again, this can be the retirement card. The pentacles are about monetary things, tangible things, practical things. So what do I want my business to look like? You want to have this happy retirement. You want to have this financial security. You want the finer things in life, which I think is perfectly fine. I think a lot of people aspire to those things. And who doesn't want a successful business? Who doesn't want monetary gain from their business? So good for you. Alrighty, card number 3 is how do I want my business to fit in with my life? Similar theme here. So we have the Queen of Wands. Let me show her to you. So here it says, woman over 25 years, green eyes, blonde to red hair, positive, fiery, outspoken. This queen, she's a bit of a socialite. So the wands can be about networking. So she's also got the sunflower, abundance. I think it fits very nicely with the Ten of Pentacles next door. How do you want this card to fit in with your life? I think it's definitely running in a different social circle. So I think it's about social capital. I think it's about having the right connections, living a different lifestyle. Not necessarily a life of luxury, but just a better quality of life, a higher quality of life. Having more fun, having more adventures to look forward to, or more outings to look forward to, rather than just, go to work, go to sleep, go back to work, go home, go to sleep again. Yeah, definitely. You just want, you want to have fun. You want to live your life, and you really think that, this particular job and then the money that it will bring you, will allow you these new opportunities. Alrighty, so moving on to card number 4, and that is, how can I align my new business with my soul purpose? So the soul purpose, if you are into astrology, the soul purpose can be like your north node. So that is your mission in this life, or your destiny. What will you put on this earth to accomplish? So we've got another 10. We've got the 10 of Wands, and this one says, weighed down with problems, very heavy load. But this is a 10. So again, 10s are about completion. And this person, you can see they're on their way to deliver these wands, and you can see they're almost there. You can see the destination in the background. So this heavy load, this burden is almost off their shoulders. So I don't know what your north node is, but definitely, as I was saying with the Queen, you want a better life, you want more fun, not just laboring all the time. And I definitely think living your life, socializing, having a good time, having lots of connections, being optimistic, I really do feel that does tie into your higher purpose. That doesn't just sound like a good time, it actually sounds like what you are meant to do in this lifetime. Fun. I wonder if your job is like something in PR? Let me see. I'm feeling something like brokerage or something like a recruiter. Yeah, I do feel your job is very much about knowing lots of people and connecting lots of people. So whether that is brokering an agreement, whether it is introducing people, maybe being paid a finder's fee for introducing the right people or discovering the right people. Yeah, I feel something along those lines. That is your destiny in this world. But who am I to tell you that? It's for you to know and for you to discover your destiny. Anyway, moving on. Card number 5 is, how will I know when it's the right time to start my business? Yes, 10 of Swords. So again, a lot of 10s. So once again, 10s are about completion. The swords are about the mind and ideas. This card can be a little bit about like overkill or being a bit dramatic, because you don't need 10 swords to kill this person. Like one sword could have done the job. And down here it says death or ending of situation or relationship. So I feel there will be a natural ending. So because it is the swords, and because, yeah, I think here we have the 5 of Swords, and then over here we have the 10 of Swords. So I think it's something about a concept, and maybe this idea that you had initially. I feel either like there's going to be a legislative change and the thing that you were doing is no longer legal, or it's the product is being discontinued. If it's something about like software or IP, licensing, something like that, you've been trying to make it work. But I feel with this 10 of Swords, it's like, no, this thing is being discontinued. This thing cannot be done anymore. We just have to stop this venture. And when that natural end comes, when the circumstances make this thing end, then you're going to be like, okay, yeah, well, I don't have a job anymore, or all my competitors just went out of business. Now is the time for me to jump on this and start my business. Now, in terms of how can you personally prepare yourself for this journey, let's have a look. 8 of Wands. Let's see here. So 8 of Wands, and this says speedy news or situation coming, arrows of love. So 8 is about prosperity, about good luck, or about things moving quickly. Sometimes I call this the mosh pit card. If you've ever been in a mosh pit, it's that kind of energy. It's things moving around very quickly, very energetic, very fast-paced, high energy. I think there's lots to be done, but I think you can do it. I think you have the energy, you have the support, you have the optimism. So I feel, against, not swords, excuse me, the wands. So wands can be about commerce, about negotiation, travel, networking. So I think you are in a position where you can try to do lots of things at once. So if you need to study something, go and study for it. If you need to raise capital or raise seed money, whatever it's called, for your business, go and do it. If you need to present your design to someone and see if they want to invest, go and do it. You have the energy and the time and the resources that you can do multiple things at once. Now, in terms of how to prepare yourself, I'm getting fitness for some of you. So if you need to be in shape to do this job, I feel maybe for some of you it's something like being a personal trainer, and it's like, well, you've got to be in shape if you want to be a personal trainer. For some of you, I feel that's what it is. But for the rest of you, I also feel you have to take care of yourself. I feel this job is very high energy. So if you take care of your physical health, then you will be in the right condition to do this job. So I think taking care of yourself ultimately will also be a good investment in your business. Moving along, card number 7 is, what opportunities can I leverage in the first 12 months of my journey? So we have the Knight of Wands. Here we go. So Knight of Wands, and this is young man to 25 years, important letter. So again, Wands, definitely networking, commerce, definitely communication as well, negotiation maybe. I feel there's something like an audit. I feel there's something like some people may give away a free audit for your business, or something like a free quote, maybe like a free one-to-one session with a mentor or something like that. Sometimes you see like, huge discount for the first 5 people that sign up to this, or free introductory offer, or whatever it is. If there is something for startup businesses or entrepreneurs, if there's some kind of opportunity for young business people, and it's like you get this free, one-to-one session with this, business guru, or something like a free resources, a free health check for your business. If there's something like that, definitely take advantage of it. I feel that will be very useful for you. And again, if there's some kind of like young entrepreneur, social circle or networking group, even if it's some kind of, how you see like top 30 business people under 30 or something like that. Just something where it's like young business people, this is a resource for you. Definitely take advantage of that. I feel you absolutely qualify for it, and you will get the benefit from it. I don't feel it's a scam. Now, on the flip side, are there any challenges to overcome? Page of Wands. So the page is stagnant, and down here it also says, young woman to 25 years, travel overland. Yes, be that as it may, but she is stationary, and the knight, the horse is moving along. So in terms of challenges, I would say don't be stagnant. Definitely the opportunities are there. Don't doubt yourself. Don't hold yourself back. So for more information, let's look at the next card, which is how might I overcome these challenges? Six of Cups, and let me show you here. This is a card of nostalgia, so it says happy house, childhood memories. Here we are. I feel there's a feminine energy here, so someone who has always encouraged you, always like told you you can do it. So yeah, if you are doubting yourself, if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I should enter this thing, I don't know if it's for me, I don't know if I'll qualify, I probably won't even win, why bother trying? If you're thinking like this and you're getting in your own way, I think definitely speak to this person from your childhood. Maybe visit them if it's maybe like a grandparent that lives out in the country or something. Go and visit them and reminisce. And yeah, you'll remember they've always supported you, they've always loved and encouraged you. And again, like the sixes are about stability. So yeah, I feel they can change your mind. If you have got some self-doubt or some negative self-talk, I definitely go visit this woman or this person with feminine energy from your childhood, who's always believed in you, who's always been so supportive of you. I really think visiting them will change your mind about the way that you think about yourself, and I think you will be well on your way to starting this business. So the next question ties in quite nicely with that. It is, what people or resources should I utilize? Let's see. The Lovers, again, another 6, but this is a major arcana. So let's see, over here it says, love affairs, romance building again within marriage, relationship, relatives, loving relationship you could share with a friend. So this is a major arcana card. Have you got any of those yet? No, you do not. This is the first one. So the major arcanas are bigger, more significant, like milestones in your life, whereas the previous ones that you've had, the minor arcana, they're lesser happenings, not on such a big scale. So this card, it doesn't literally have to be interpreted as a romantic relationship. Remember, this one does say relatives or a loving relationship you could share with a friend. Again, with the sixes, so I'm going to say, yeah, in your lifetime, who, especially when you were younger, who was always supportive of you, who was always optimistic, who told you you can be anything that you put your mind to, the world is your oyster. Definitely revisit this person, and I just think for the moral support, they will be great, but I think also just ask them for some practical business advice, and I think you might be surprised. I think although you think of this person like a grandparent and just like this loving, supportive figure, I do think they can be quite a practical person. They've got their own life experience. So don't underestimate that. I think if you even ask them, hey, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? And yeah, if you just take the time to have this conversation with them, I think you'll be surprised. I think they will actually have some sound advice, and I think they might actually know what it was like to be in this situation. You might be surprised what the life experience is. Alrighty, moving on. So next is, what are my blind spots right now? And we have the Knight of Swords. Here we go. And over here it says, young man to 25 years, speedy situation or finish. So I think just watch out if anyone is being too hasty or too pushy. So if you have shared your idea with anyone, if they think they know better than you, so if they're like, no, do it like this, like I know better, or like don't do it that way. I know someone. Don't go to your own resources. Like I know a friend, I know a guy, my cousin knows what to do. If there's someone that is really trying to impose, really trying to rush your decision, and really insisting that they know better, yeah, just watch out. Just remember, you're not under any time pressure. This person may make it seem that way, but the point of rushing someone is so that they can't think rationally. They won't take the time to actually think it through. So if you know someone like this who is being really hasty or being really insistent about your business, yes, just remember you are under no time pressure. You can move at your own pace. You can absolutely make your own decision, get a second or third opinion. What this person says is not law. Just don't forget, there's no rush, there's no time limit. We're not racing towards a deadline. So just don't let this person pressure you and like try to take control of your business venture and turn it into what they want. Like if they want to do it, fine, they can go and have their own business venture. It's not for them to come in and corrupt your idea. Alrighty, so moving on, the next card is what steps can I take to start this new business? And here we have the King of Wands. And this says, man over 25 years, green eyes, blonde to red hair, restless, outspoken, ambitious. So you have a lot of fire energy, a lot of wands within this reading. So I would say you already have some idea or some prototype. And I know especially with startups, you're meant to launch before you're comfortable launching. If you launch when you are comfortable, that is too late. So I would say once this Ten of Swords, has definitely... No, wait, let me take that back. I think assess your situation, but right now you could start making some noise. If you have a prototype or if you have an outline of how this business will run, I think definitely build a web page if you haven't already. Build a social media presence. Definitely start networking. You can announce yourself as the founder or the co-founder of your company. I definitely think now is the time to make yourself known. Start socializing. And also, I don't think your confidence is misplaced. I think if you believe in yourself and you think, yep, I can get this company up and running, absolutely, yes, you can. And there is nothing wrong with being confident and being self-assured. I think now would be the time to sort of announce the start of your company. But in terms of like when you would really commit all your resources to it, when you really go into it 100%, we're waiting for this definite ending. So again, whether it's the laws change or a product is being discontinued, there's going to be like a really obvious ending where you're like, there's a gap in the market, now is my time to shine. And lastly, overall, what might I experience if I start this new business? So we've got the Six of Pentacles. So again, a card of nostalgia, but also we see some judgment with the scales and this person determining who deserves the money. And down here at the bottom, it says raise in money or salary. So I guess that is pretty self-explanatory. Certainly, if you start this business, more money coming your way, which is what you were aiming for. We see that with the Ten of Pentacles. Six, again, is about stability. So if you thought, I want more money, I want more financial security, definitely you're going to be well on your way. And I think things accumulate and you will be rewarded for your hard work. So over here with the King of Wands, if you start laying the groundwork, begin promoting your company, release that prototype, I think you will be rewarded for that. And I definitely think you'll be on the way to this Ten of Pentacles scenario. All right, that's it. Group number 4. Thank you for sticking around. Let me know if this resonated with you. But yes, I wish you all the best with your business venture. Hello, group number 5 with the Prisma Visions Tarot deck and the piece of yellow citrine. So I'm now going to pull 13 cards. I will then tidy them up and I will get to the reading. Alrighty, so card number 1 is going to tell us what is my starting point. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. So this is actually quite a good starting point. This is usually typically someone who has retired or already has had a successful career, someone who already is very financially comfortable. You know, they've got the money in the bank, they've got the house, they're not worried financially, maybe already like have a career, have a good reputation in the field. So I feel you might be starting either a second business venture, having already had one successful career, or you have family money or like a trust fund or something like that that you can draw upon to start your business, but very strong starting point. All right, so card number 2 is, what do I want my business to look like? And we have the 8 of Pentacles. Here we go. So again, Pentacles, it's money, practical things, tangible things, assets. The 8s, I feel that you're starting something new. So this lady here, she's watering the flowers. And yeah, if she tends to this garden, she's going to have these beautiful flowers as she does. So what do you want your business to look like? I feel it's something about learning a new craft, starting again. So I really think it is those initial stages of, I want to learn something new. I want to start from the ground up. I want to build something for myself. Or if this is your second business, I want to do it again. So very closely to that, we then have card number 3, which is, how do I want my business to fit in with my life? King of Wands. Let me show you here. So King of Wands, busy image here, a lot going on. The Wands can be about negotiation, commerce, travel, socializing. This is a confident man. This is a man who knows where he stands. An extrovert, someone with good interpersonal skills. In terms of where do I want my business to fit in with my life? Let's get some focus here. So both kings, both the King of Pentacles here and the King of Wands, they're well-connected men, they're confident men, they're men that are held in high regard. So in terms of where this would fit in with your life, I think you want it to be fun. I think you're doing it because you want to. So again, you want the satisfaction of seeing something grow. It's not something that you are being forced to do to feed yourself. You're not doing it to prove something to someone else. It's just for you, for your own personal satisfaction. I don't feel that you're leveraging your personal connections for your business, but I feel that this business will give some kind of benefit to your friends. So maybe like if you start like a club, for instance, or I don't know, a restaurant or something, but then that can be like the go-to place or the hangout place for your friends. So it's something that you're doing for yourself, for your own personal satisfaction, but you do want to host your friends and family. You do want to have a resource for them, like a hub or like an HQ. So that's how this business will fit into your life, or how you want it to. Okay, so card number 4 is, how can I align my new business with my soul purpose? So your soul purpose, if you are into astrology, that can also be your North Node. And that is your purpose in this world, or what are you here to achieve? Queen of Swords. Here we go. Now, traditionally, the Queen of Swords is a woman who has gone through a lot of hardship in her life, perhaps a woman who is divorced, a woman who's had a lot of struggle with her family. But in this pack, in the Prisma Visions Tarot deck, this Queen of Swords looks a bit like the Strength card, the traditional Strength card with the lady quietening the lion. So in terms of how can I align my new business with my soul purpose, I it's very interesting because I have a very like social feel around this card, and I've got a very like comfortable monetary situation here. But the swords can be about determination and about your strength of will. So if there's some kind of process that you don't agree with, maybe you've worked for someone before and the way that they do business, their company culture, their procedures, maybe they're not to your liking. I think you've just said, no, you know what, I don't think this is how business should be done. I believe it should be done differently. I think your ways are wrong or outdated, and I want to start my own business. Yes, I feel there's like a bit of a humanitarian edge to this card. I'm getting a bit of like an Aquarius feel to it. Yeah, I feel as much as it is about you being comfortable and you want to do it for your personal satisfaction, I do feel there is a humanitarian angle with this company that you do want to have a positive impact on the world at large. So the next card is, how will I know when it is the right time to start my business? Another queen, this time the Queen of Chalices. Here she is. The Queen of Chalices is someone who is very in touch with her emotions, and someone who is quite supportive and empathetic towards other people, because she's been there and done that, so she knows what it feels like to be in their shoes. She doesn't repress her emotions. She's very emotionally aware, and so I would say that is her strength, in that she really thinks about, how does this situation make me feel? And then really thinks about, okay, well, do I want to continue with the situation? Do I like the way this person has spoken to me? And rather than repressing or ignoring her feelings, she vocalizes what she's feeling. Which is a strength, because then she's happier instead of just, biting her tongue and taking it. If she's unhappy about something, she'll say, hey, no, I don't like that. That you're being disrespectful, or this thing has made me angry, or this thing is upsetting to me. And therefore she can set the standard, or set the tone for how people will treat her. And then also she's very mindful of other people, and therefore is quite a nurturing, quite supportive person. Wouldn't ask you to do something that she wouldn't do herself, or wouldn't put you in a situation that she would find uncomfortable. So then moving on, card number 6 is, how can I personally prepare myself for this journey? So we have the 6 of Swords. Here we go. So 6 is about stability. So it comes after the 5s. The 5s are volatility and change. 6s are about stability. Swords are about the mind or ideas. It can be movement. It can be physically relocating, or it can just be a change in your situation that leads to something a little bit calmer. I don't think that you have to physically move, and I don't think you have bad influences in your life. I think this is something more like practicing mindfulness, or maybe like setting clear goals. I don't know if you need to maybe like write your goals down, maybe have a checklist, have a vision board. But I think, just be clearer about your objectives. Maybe instead of like dot points or brainstorming, being a bit scatterbrained, really narrow it down and think more carefully about what do you want to do, what is important to you. Maybe practice if you struggle with attention span. Maybe try to do something to increase your focus. I think that's the message here. Do that personally, and that will prepare you for this business journey. So then moving on to card 7, which is, what opportunities can I leverage in the first 12 months of my journey? So here we have the 2 of Swords. So 2 of Swords is about like a fork in the road or a crossroads. It's not knowing what to do. And this person has a blindfold, so not feeling that you on your own have enough information to make an informed decision. So in the context of this particular reading, and about knowing when the time is right to start your business, the Six of Swords before, I feel there will be a situation where none of your competitors have the information they need. I feel if there's like a competition, if this is a new product being launched or an emerging industry, I think there's a situation where no one has the advantage. It's brand new. Nobody can learn from experience. Nobody has any connections because it's a new enterprise. So I definitely think if you have been practicing over here with the Six of Swords, what is your intention? Focusing. I think there's going to be a time when you say, you know what? Nobody knows what they're doing. Somebody has got to get that first mover advantage. Someone has to have the confidence to go first. If you do that, I feel that will be your biggest advantage. And I do think because we have the crescent moon here, the moon is about like trusting your intuition, dreams, maybe visions. So if you have a feeling, if there's a time when you're like, now is the time to launch the business, or we should market it, this way when everyone else was going to market it that way. If you feel that you have, an inkling that you should do things a certain way or at a certain time, go ahead and do it. That is the right decision. So take advantage of this unknown, like be brave and be the first one to leap into the unknown. Take advantage of everyone else hesitating. So the next question flows on quite nicely. It is, are there any challenges to overcome? We have the Queen of Wands over here. So not particularly. So the Queen of Wands, again, wands can be about socializing, your communications, your negotiations, travel, that kind of thing. Obstacles, not really. I think that you are well connected enough. So already your starting point, and definitely your intention to make this like a hub for your connections already. I think you're well enough connected. Anything that money can't buy, you already have the resources. If you can't buy something, you know someone who can make that thing happen. So I don't really feel that you have many challenges. But the next card is, how might I overcome these challenges? So let's see. Page of Swords. So again, with the Page of Swords, we have this person with the sword and who is blindfolded, and yeah, you can see they're standing there at the edge. I think that ties in with the Two of Swords. So definitely any challenges that you have, just be brave. If you have an inkling that you should do something, go ahead and do it. And I don't really see that there's a risk of failure. Again, I think you have so many connections, so many resources, whether that is your social capital, whether that is money in the bank. Even if you were to like make a mistake or get something wrong, you have such a strong safety net. I really don't think there's much for you to worry about. So then moving on, the next card is, what are my blind spots right now? The World. So I would guess this is just, I should show you the World. So the World, I think, is just about remembering the bigger picture. So it's not just about you and your venture. Don't forget there is a bigger market out there. So don't forget to keep an eye on what the competition is doing. Look at relevant market trends. Look at who your target market is. Any changes in legislation that could be applicable to you. I think look internationally, definitely. Maybe your product is domestic. Maybe you're just looking to conquer the domestic market. But that's not to say that there aren't other international businesses or international retailers who want to operate in your market as well. So blind spots, yes, just there's a bigger picture. Look at definitely international competitors. Don't just look in your backyard. And then moving on, we have, what people or resources should I utilize? I feel we've covered this a bit, but 10 of Pentacles. So here we go, 10 of Pentacles. So we've got a few 10s, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. We have no 10 so far. We've got a couple of kings, a couple of queens. 10 of Pentacles. So yes, this is very similar to the previous Pentacles that we have. It is about having the resources, being secure. You've got your house paid off, your family is healthy and happy. You've got good friends, good network, you already have a good reputation. So yeah, just to ask around any advice that you need. You would know someone with the right answers, or if not, they know someone who's got the right answers. If you need like money or machinery or space to operate in, again, either you personally have this or you have the resources that you could easily purchase it, or there is someone who would be willing to lend it to you. So yeah, you don't need to to look very far to find the resources you need. You've either got them or someone in your social circle definitely has them and would be very happy to give them to you. Okay, so moving on, what steps can I take to start this new business? Knight of Pentacles. Here we go. So I would say maybe do a little bit of research ahead of time. So yeah, any relevant legislation to you, look at any, barriers to entry, look at who the competition is and what you can do differently. But then just get started. Slowly. It doesn't have to be a big thing. So you can start with, I don't know, maybe like one local store, for instance, or maybe just offer, local delivery or something. Just start small. But again, you have the resources. Should you wish to build a larger company, that shouldn't be a problem. And then finally, overall, what might I experience if I start this new business? Here we have the 5 of Wands. So 5s can be about volatility or miscommunication, certainly. So again, the Wands, business, negotiation, people. 5 is about turbulence, volatility. So yeah, I think just a little bit of a learning curve. This is a minor arcana card, so it's smaller occurrences or things happening on a smaller scale. So it's not anything huge to be worried about. But yeah, I think sometimes you have an idea of what you mean, but maybe the way that you communicate it, it doesn't end up being received the way you wanted it to be received, which is a learning curve. I feel it's just something about your advertising. So either the language that you use in your ad, or maybe I'm seeing like the image. I'm seeing there's something about this card. So it's something about like a poster that you have or a banner that you have that will use this coloring and something like this. So it will have a few figures in these like dark blue, cool colors. I feel that it won't be received the way that you want it to be received. I think people will have like a very serious, very formal idea of your business. Again, I have the idea that you're starting a place like a country club or something like that, like a social club, and you want it to be like a very happy, very relaxed kind of place. But the ad that you make for it, the visuals will look very sort of like stern, like business club, like business people like meeting for drinks after work, whereas you want it to be like more socializing, more family friendly, like open to people from all walks of life. But I think your ad will initially look more corporate. Certainly not a huge problem, not something that you couldn't change, but I do feel initially that will be the way your business venture is received. That's it, group number 5. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best with your venture. Please let me know in the comment section if this resonated with you. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for today, and maybe I will see you next time.